Hey guys, Lucas here again for another movie review. This time I am doing my spoiler-filled review of Kick-Ass 2, so if you haven't seen the movie, you can watch my spoiler-free review. I'll put that up here somewhere. But if you have seen the movie, then you are safe to go and watch this. I'm also in a new location, just decided to switch it up a bit, because plus that other room doesn't have the greatest lighting. Let's just get right into the spoilers here. Kick-Ass 2, like I said, I was disappointed with it when I saw it, but I have had the urge to see it again, and I want to see it again because I mentioned I wasn't, in the greatest state of mind, and I didn't really have like a clear conscience watching it, so I definitely want to watch it again, get my thoughts gathered on it. But for right now, this is just going to be what I thought of it in depth. I'm going to go to the beginning of the movie where I said that there was an event that didn't really have any effect on Chris Mintz-Plasse' character or the motherfucker. This is kind of the event that turns him into the motherfucker. When his mom dies, like he kicks the tanning bed, which I guess was a kind of funny, dark scene. He kicks like the tanning bed that she's in, and then like it crushes her and she dies. And then it's like literally like the next scene, like he's already just going through her stuff, no effect on anything. I mean, maybe he didn't like his mom, I don't know, but they literally showed no effect on him at all. And that was one of the aspects I just felt was just really rushed with his character. And everything to just him putting on like the actual fetish gear and becoming the motherfucker. It just all felt very rushed to me. Let's talk about all the deaths in this movie, because let's be honest, there's a lot. The one I'm going to talk about first, Jim Carrey's character, Colonel Stars and Stripes. I loved him. He died way too fast for me. I kind of saw it coming when, his dog was like barking and he was like, what's going on? There's nothing there. And then Mother Russia kills him. I thought that they could have had more of him before he got killed. That seems to be the thing. If you're like the old veteran actor in these kick-ass movies, you're going to die, like Nicolas Cage and now him. But yeah, I just felt like that he only had like 2 or 3 major scenes, and then they just kind of killed him off. But it was kind of cool seeing him without the mask and seeing him with all the prosthetic and stuff, because he was really unrecognizable. But yeah, I was sad about his death, but at the same time it was like, ugh, too soon. Dave's dad's death. I knew some things from the comics before I went and saw this, but I didn't know that Dave's dad died. I don't know if he even does in the comic. He might not. But, one of the things I didn't mention in my review, but the guy that played Todd in the first one, and he's recast with a guy in this one, and his character is such an idiot. Like, he was dumb in the first one, but he was likable. But this one, he's just annoying. The actor that plays him is terrible. He has like 2-3 scenes, and they're all annoying, and he gives unbeknownst to him, he gives the locations of Kick-Ass's dad to, Chris's character, and was surprised that, like, I just hated his character, but, in the end, the motherfucker sends over his goons to the jail because he turned himself in for, saying that he's Kick-Ass even though he really isn't. And they ended up killing him and sending a picture to Kick-Ass's phone. And I thought that was a really effective scene because Dave, him and his dad were fighting throughout the whole movie. Then there's, not nice words said between them, and then he didn't get a chance to say that sorry to him or he forgave him before he died. And I just thought his death was really sad. At the end of the movie, when the Kick-Ass and Hit Girl and the whole Justice Forever squad, they had their big battle between the Mother Effer's army in there. Kick-Ass and the Mother Effer duel it out at the end there, and Kick-Ass tries to save him because he's hanging over the edge above his shark tank, and then Mother Effer's like, no, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die a villain. He dies, and then you see him supposedly get eaten by the shark. And then in the after-credit sequence, which I didn't stay to watch, which I'm kind of glad, but I saw it on YouTube, you see him, he's still alive in the hospital bed, but he just doesn't have any legs. And I just wasn't a fan of his character. I thought he was just underwritten, underdeveloped, and I just didn't think he was that funny or interesting. So, and now I'm like, how can you even bring him back for a third movie? What's he going to have, prosthetic legs? I mean, he already hired a bunch of guys to fight for him in this. Is he just going to do the same thing in the third one? I don't really know how that's going to work out. I just kind of hope that my wish would that they get a different villain for the third, but I understand why they would want to have continuity, but I just don't know how that's going to work out. Movie does end on an interesting note, though. Hit Girl, she leaves town because she doesn't want, her adopted father to deal with the consequences, and obviously she's going to be wanted for murder and stuff like that. So she leaves the town, and she kind of says to Dave, Kick-Ass, that, you gotta be the defender of the city while I'm gone, and you see Kick-Ass training, and then he also makes like a metal mask of the version that he has, setting up for a Kick-Ass 3, and I like that. I like how Dave has to take what happens with Hit Girl's character, but even though I wasn't a fan of this one that much, I do hope they make a third one. What I hope the best case scenario to me, like in my dream world, Kick-Ass 3, you get Matthew Vaughn back directing, you get Jane Goldman back writing, and if you want, you could keep the mother effer in the third one. I just, if they get the better writers than Jeff Wadlow, you could put him in there, but that would be my dream, just get Matthew Vaughn, all the original team back that worked on the first one, and just end the series out on a bang, because I do want a trilogy. I love these characters, I like the universe, and there's stuff that I really dug in this one. I like the character arcs for all three of them, even though I wasn't a big fan of the mother effer's character, like I said. But I would like to see this end on a high note. I wouldn't want the series to end like this, especially on a cliffhanger, which would leave me wanting more. I also have to see the movie again, because I feel like if I saw it just on my own with no problems, I think that I would enjoy it a little bit more. And before I wrap this review up, this is just kind of a side note. Out of all the superheroes that were in Justice Forever and stuff, I actually could have used more of Donald Faison's character of Dr. Gravity. He's not in it very much, but I just really like that character. Donald Faison is just really likable, really charming, and I just like that character. He was really earnest. I thought he was just a lot of fun when the banter that him and Kick-Ass had briefly in the beginning, and I wish there was more of him. If I do see it again and my rating does change for the better or the worse, I'll probably put an annotation on my original review rather than this one if it did change. But since this is the spoiler review, please comment. If you agreed, you can leave as many spoilerific comments as you want. Subscribe if you dig this video, because that always helps, and I'll see you guys later.